So this is the fully completed Larry squad. Oh my gosh. Look at how she turned out. Hello you guys, welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Morgan and I'm the maker behind Adelaide Crochet, and if you're one of my fabulous returning crochet friends, then hey, welcome back. Today's video we are going to be doing some market prepping. I have made some stuff that I have never made before. We're going to be making some rainbow plushies, some small little adorable fuzzy plushies as well. We're also going to be getting into a little pattern writing, and I'll share with you guys the results at the end because my market actually happened while I was filming this video, so I went ahead and shared some of the results as well. Before we get into it though, be sure that you like this video and subscribe if you'd like to see more crochet related content in the future. Few announcements before we get started. In case you missed it, my 10-in-1 Larry the Land Turtle mod pack is officially out now. It comes with 10 different variations, actually 12 if you include the mods for the grape and the raspberry Larry. 7 out of the 10 variations are completely no-sew, and this pattern is just iconic. I love it so much. If you'd like to get your copy, you can find it on my Etsy. Also, you guys, I'm so excited to share my next pattern with you guys. You'll see more of the pattern writing process later in this video, but sharing for the very first time publicly, Cowboy Bronto! I love him, I love him! He is amazing. I love him so much, you guys. So the body is completely no-sew. Of course, he's got his cowboy hat on the top, he's got his bandana, and yes, that is a banana holster right there. My level 2 and 3 Patreon fans are currently exclusively testing Cowboy Bronto, so if you would like in on that pattern test and also receive the finalized pattern once it's finished, and if you'd like to join our community filled with plushie pageants, bonus content, of course some pattern tests, Zoom hangouts, Patreon lives, all of the things, the link to my Patreon is in the description. I do not limit my tests, so everybody in level 2 and 3 who wants to test will be able to test this guy. Last announcement, so I also just did a top secret pattern test with my Patreon members, and I wasn't going to announce the pattern until April 5th, but I actually realized while watching this video that it sneakily made it in, so keep your eyes peeled for at some point in this video, can you spot the top secret pattern? Let me know in the comments. But all right, you guys, without further ado, let's get into today's video. It was so bad. I really need to work on my evil laugh. Do you guys like my little evil mini-me? All right, it is time to get started with market prepping, but first let me share with you guys all of the inventory that I currently have made and kind of like where we're starting. Okay, so we actually already have quite a bit of things made. Of course, the first thing that we have made is the whole Larry army, or the Larmy, if you will. We have 11 turtles here so far. We have the sunflower, daisy, kiwi, rose, pizza, hamburger, watermelon, pineapple, blue, Larry, strawberry, and grape Larry. And of course, my market is the same day as the pattern release, so it's gonna be like a big Larry pattern release celebration party. So we've got a lot of Larrys. I also have 2 of the smaller sharks with the laser beams attached to their heads. I might have those available at my live. I don't think I'm going to bring the jumbo shark just because he's super big, and I think I want to keep him for myself for now. I also have my flower garland made here. I'm super excited to have that. And then of course we also have Diva Chick. We have the Highland Cow Burger. I'll give you guys a better look at what he looks like, the Highland Cow Burger. And then of course we've got our little fuzzy evil froggy here. Sus Chick, he's mine, so he doesn't count. And then we also still do have one more sleepy owl as well. So as you can see, pretty good amount of inventory so far. I wanted to give you guys a closer look at Diva Chick. Oh, she's so cute. I love her little hat, so I gave her a hot pink hat. And then the brim is actually feels like bliss yarn, just like with double crochets all the way around the brim. And then of course she's got these fabulous eyes. These are by Christine with What's Up Cupcake and the purple bandana. I feel like a lot of the stuff that I currently have is kind of on the medium to larger side, so I think I would like to make some more smaller items. So the first things I'm going to make, I'm going to start real small. If you guys watched my video last week, the 20 free spring themed pattern roundup video, one of the patterns that was in that video was this fuzzy bee pattern by Crochet Grove. Normally I just do my little free-handed bees that are kind of on the smaller side, but I wanted to try out a different bee pattern, so I'm going to be using this one this time. I think I might make one traditional bee, and then there's also the rainbow bee included as well, so I'm thinking I'm probably going to want to make both of them, and I'm going to put weighted pellets inside of both of them as well. So we've got Feels Like Bliss Buttercup for for the main yellow color, and then also white and slate for the stripes. So this is the size that it's turning out to be, and this is quite a bit larger than the ones that I normally make. So this one is 32 stitches around. Mine are typically 24, so I'm excited to have a bead that's like a slightly larger size than usual. So spring is upon us, and I'm already goobing. Spring has been here for less than a week, and apparently I can't keep it together because the stick snakes are coming for me, you guys. So the other day I was in the flower bed, which, by the way, I thought that weeds weren't supposed to grow in the winter. There were so many weeds that I feel like just appeared out of nowhere. I'm like, it's been cold. How did you even grow? But that aside, so last year I actually found 2 snakes in our flower bed. The one was quite large and the other one was a baby, which actually unsettled me more because I was like, oh no, are there like a bunch of babies then? So I feel like I'm a little bit paranoid every time I go into the flower bed now because I am afraid that I'm going to stumble across another one. So I've been doing a lot of work in the flower bed lately, and every time I go out there I have my rake and I just kind of like tap it around lightly to see if anything will stir amongst the shrubbery and give everything a chance to, you know, skedaddle out of here if there is anything in there. You guys should see me. I'm just out there like with my rake. I probably look crazy. But you know, I do that. Nothing stirs. I'm like, okay, thank goodness. And then I'm out there for like 2 hours. Then I start packing up and I look over and I'll be darned, there is a snake in the flower bed. And I see it move. I swear I saw it move. I don't know if I was hallucinating or what, but it moved. So I went inside and was like, oh my gosh, like there's a snake in the flower bed. And my husband comes out and he gets closer to it. He's like, wait, what are you talking about? Where is it? I'm like, you're right on top of it. Like it's right there. It was a stick. It was a stick, you guys. I don't know. I promise you that I saw it move. So either my mind was playing tricks on me or the wind like made the stick kind of move a little bit. Honestly, I was probably like paranoid and hallucinating about it, but it was a stick. And I'm very happy that it was a stick. So hopefully we keep up that energy here in the spring and in the summer. All right, and this is the progress that we're making. Super, super cute. So we have a few more rounds here. This one is wider than the ones that I normally make, but it's also longer because typically the ones that I do have 2 stripes, but this one has 3. Okay, so this bee is absolutely adorable, you guys. Look at him. He is quite large, so it's kind of like a handheld thing, almost like a maybe like an oblong baseball, maybe like halfway between a baseball and a softball, I would say is about the size. I just love this yarn so much. This is that Feels Like Bliss yarn. And of course I filled the entire thing with weighted pellets. You guys know we got to give it the little tappy taps. I didn't use any polyfill for stuff like this. I usually just try to do the weighted pellets because I really like the way that it feels once it's done. It has a really nice texture, especially with this yarn. We also did the little blush detailing underneath either of the eyes. See the 3 stripes there, and then I just sewed the wings on the top as well. So like I said, I think I want to also make the rainbow version too. So I think the colors that I'm going to use, so of course we have yellow, and then if I can hold all of them because they are quite slippery. Okay, we're gonna use all of these colors as well. I do believe that I have all of the Feels Like Bliss colors except for the one that's kind of like a brown color. I really, really want that one. I still need to get it. I want to use it to make a Feels Like Bliss hot dog pup. I've never made one in Feels Like Bliss yarn before, and I thought it'd be really cute, but I know it's gonna take me a really long time to do, especially with like the ketchup and the mustard detailing and everything, but I know I'm gonna do it. I think for that one, I'm wondering if I would be able to put just weighted pellets in the body. I don't know if that would work or not. I might have to double bag some of the pouches in order for that to work, or maybe I could do multiple pouches in one. I would just have to make sure that it didn't make it like lopsided or anything like that, like a lumpy hot dog pup. I was right next to Michael's yesterday too, and I asked myself, do I need anything from Michael's? And I told myself no. I really should have gone in and gotten the brown Feels Like Bliss yarn. The one time I tell myself I don't need to go to Michael's, and I actually do need to go to Michael's. Moral of the story is you always need to go yarn shopping. And this is how the rainbow bee turned out. I love it so much. This is actually my first time ever making a rainbow bee. I just love the way all of the colors look all together. Of course, I still did the blush detailing underneath each eye, and I just finished sewing the wings on. So these are what the 2 of them look like together. So cute. I did add an extra round to the rainbow one just because I wanted a little bit more yellow on the end of it. So the rainbow rainbow one is just a little slightly larger than this one. I actually had to make another bag of weighted pellets because it was too small. So this one is also fully filled with weighted pellets. Let's do our taps. Oh, when you look down on them like that, you can really tell that the rainbow one is just a little bit bigger. So up next, I was thinking we would probably make an evil froggy. I know that I already have the fuzzy little evil froggy up here, but I kind of wanted to make a fuzzy weighted OG evil froggy just because people have been asking for it for a while. So I definitely want to have that made. And then also something that I've had in my whip cart for months and months and months at this point are all of these little Larry feet. Also, it's so funny to me that they are the perfect size for me to put in my fingers. They're like little finger puppets. But I have all the little Larry feet made, and I've been meaning to make a fuzzy weighted Larry for a while now. It's just been in my whip cart. So I'm gonna try to finally do that. And this is the perfect time for it because of course we're gonna do our little Larry pattern release party. So if we're gonna have a fuzzy weighted Larry at any time, now would be the time. So I finished Evil Froggy last night. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've made an evil froggy. He's such an icon. And between this evil froggy and the little, I don't know, distressed froggy up there, we have two off-putting froggies, so I think we've probably met our quota for now. Last night we were doing a Patreon exclusive live, and I think they dubbed him, maybe it was distressed froggy. Honestly, I can't remember. Something else I also finished last night, you guys, look! The final Larryation, the Larry variation of the Larry mod pack, the Raspberry Larry. Look at these eyes. How awesome are these? This is the first time that I have ever used white pupil eyes. I love the way that the pink looks with the light pink of the body. And also these were the only pink eyes that I have left. I currently have a shipment of sinker eyes coming in. So this was my only option really because all the other eyes were kind of a darker color or the wrong size. But luckily it fits perfectly and I love him so much. Let me give you guys the full side by side with the Grape Larry. So this is what they look like together. They look like, I don't know, sisters maybe. Absolutely adorable. So basically, I think I told you guys yesterday, for this, you just do the pineapple body with the strawberry stem and you could do these variations as well. So it's kind of like a 12-in-1 pattern bundle almost. So this is the fully completed Larry squad. Oh my gosh. All 12 of them. They look incredible. I love all of the different colors, how they're working all together. It looks like a fun little Larry rainbow, but I am really excited to have all of these. This is probably the only time that I'm ever going to have this many Larrys all in one room. So this is what all of the inventory is looking like so far. Between all the pattern writing that I've been doing and the amount of time that has passed since I did my last market, I feel like I'm really kind of ahead of schedule and I have a lot of inventory, especially more than I normally have, I would say. So we're just gonna keep going. I'm also planning on doing some pattern writing today as well, which I'm really excited about. I had an idea pop into my head a few days ago and I was like, yep, that's gonna be the next pattern. So currently, I told you guys we were going to make the Feels Like Bliss Larry. Okay, so I guess the Larry army isn't complete yet. We have one more to do. This is how it is looking so far, you guys. Making Larry with this yarn. So this is my first time ever doing it. It's really quite strange. Like this is my first time ever making individual legs and attaching them all into one piece with this yarn. And it is tricky, I will say that, because this yarn is so slippery and the legs are just kind of like flopping everywhere. But I stuffed the legs really well and now it has some like structural integrity to it at least. So now I'm gonna put some weighted pellets in it to kind of like hold up the structure of the shell as well. Originally when I first started making him, I thought that he would just be like a regular Larry the Land Turtle, just the traditional one with no theme. But now that I'm getting further and further into this process, I think that I might add some sunflower petals so he can be a fuzzy weighted, it feels like bliss sunflower Larry. And I think that's gonna be absolutely adorable. You guys ready for this technique? Watch, I say that and then I'm gonna spill them all over the place. I swear yesterday when I made those other ones and I did this off camera, I didn't spill any. And now as soon as I'm on camera, I spill all of them in there. But actually that's okay. I do think that we're going to need a lot of weighted pellets. So actually, I think that might work. I think we're gonna do that. Yes, okay. I might need to take some of the polyfill that I already put in out. Tammy, thank goodness for the bin or else those would have been all over my floor. I'm gonna double bag this one too because these are a lot of pellets. I thought I was gonna have to pour some of these out, but the body is quite large, so I think we're good to go. I present to you my onion. It always looks like an onion whenever I'm done with it. Okay, let's try to get this in here. We'll see if it fits or if I need to take out some of the polyfill. I think I need to take out some of this polyfill. I definitely need to keep the polyfill at the top of each of the legs to keep up that like structural integrity that we were talking about. But if I just take out the stuff that's on the top here, we should be okay. Get that onion in there. Oh my goodness. That is perfect. Look at that, you guys. Okay, I am going to finish closing up the shell. I'm gonna add the head as well. So that's what the little neck hole is looking like. And then hopefully I'll be able to add those sunflower petals on the edge that I was telling you guys about. You guys, I am so excited. Look at how she turned out. Oh my gosh. Fuzzy weighted Larry completely has my heart. He is so cute. Let me give you guys the full 360. I absolutely love this yarn. Like I said, I wanted to add the little sunflower detailing on the side of the shell, and I'm so happy that I did. It just adds another bit of like detailing and a little pop of color. I embroidered the blush, of course, the derpy little smile, and these eyes, they're 25 millimeters and they're by What's Up Cupcake. They're absolutely perfect for this project. And the body here is completely filled with weighted pellets. Let's give it to the little tappy taps. This might be one of my favorite things that I'm going to have available at my next market. It is absolutely perfect. I love it so much. So of course, if you guys wanted to make a fuzzy weighted Larry, this is Feels Like Bliss yarn with a 5mm hook and 25mm sinker eyes. So now I guess I can officially say that the Larry army is completely done. I put him on the back of the shark with a laser beam attached to his head. But you guys, this is the now official final Larry army. They all look so cute together. The other night during our YouTube live, we were talking about like if one of the turtles was going to be the leaders, which one would it be? And I think it would be so funny if it was the fuzzy weighted one, because that one of course is the smallest of the bunch. But I am so excited, you guys, for this pattern release party. It's definitely going to be bittersweet though to break up this group because I love seeing all of them all together. I can't believe now we officially have 13 Larrys. Holy cow. That is definitely the most amount of Larrys that I've ever made. This pattern is now like forever seared into my brain. So I might be good on making Larrys, at least for a little while. So I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break from market prep and now work on some pattern writing. So the other day, I can't remember when, but a pattern idea popped into my head and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, that has to be my next pattern. So the pattern that popped into my head, which was actually kind of inspired by one of my previous patterns, Cowboy Rex. The idea that popped into my head was Cowboy Bronto. So it's going to be a Brontosaurus with, of course, a cowboy hat and a bandana. I also am going to really try to make the Brontosaurus body no-sew, so hopefully I can get that to work. And another idea that I've been like toying with in my brain is, should he have a saddle or not? It's kind of silly to think about because like, okay, the saddle would make it seem like he's like a horse, but also he's going to have a cowboy hat and a bandana. So I'm not really sure if I should do all of those details, but honestly, I feel like we probably should. So I'm gonna do some experimenting and see. I've started a little bit with pattern writing and this is where we have started. So as you can see, we have a long way to go, but the ultimate goal is for it to be no-sew and you can like dress him in all of the different elements. And then of course he'll be a nice little compliment to Cowboy Rex. I just finished designing the legs, so this is what they're looking like. I did end up changing my original design. I wanted to put the little toe beans like a little bit down further. I felt like before they were up a little bit too high. And then I also did some more like shaping for the leg too, but we have all 4 of the little legs made. Now the plan is for me to design the bodies, so I'm going to try my best to figure out a way to get them all to work up into one piece directly into the body. All right, so I didn't get as much pattern writing done as I would have liked to last night, but I'm really gonna try to finish the rest of it today. So this is the progress on it currently. I was able to design all of the legs and then figure out how to crochet them all into one piece. I'm planning the little spot for where to put the tail back there. So now I just need to work up the rest of the body and then do the neck, the head, and the tail. So I'm just hoping that it turns out the way that I'm envisioning that it will, and also that I can get it to be no-sew. That is like my big goal with this pattern. Still deciding whether or not to do the saddle, but we'll see. I might just make it like an optional element of the pattern too, so we'll see how that turns out. But I did make several other things for the market tomorrow. So today's Saturday, my market's going to be tomorrow. I made 2 more little fuzzy weighted mushy boys because people were asking for more of those at my next market. So I made one in the dark gray color and one in the kind of like darker pink color. It's basically the closest to red that they have and it feels like bliss yarn. And of course they are both fully filled with weighted pellets. I'm trying to do the tabby taps with one hand. And then I have never made one like this before, but honestly, the Rainbow Bee by Crochet Grove that I made totally inspired me to do it. I made a rainbow mushy boy. How cute is that? So I used, I think it was, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay, there were seven, wait, wow, I totally miscounted. There are actually 8 different colors. So there's 2 of the pink ones, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then the dark gray on the brim there. It was a little bit tedious using all of these different colors, especially with feels like bliss yarn, just because it is so fuzzy and it's all slippery. So there's a lot of like knots and yarn ends inside of here, but it's totally cool because the end product is so worth it. It looks super neat. So I'm thinking that these 2 mushy boys are going to be the giveaway options. So one will be for everybody who's made a purchase and the other one will be just for like anybody who enters. It'll be the giveaway. And then this one, I think that we're going to do an auction for this one because it's super fun with all of the different colors. So this is all of the inventory that I currently have ready for tomorrow, minus the extra large shark with a laser beam attached to his head. I don't think I'm going to have that one available. I think I'm going to keep him for now. But everything else here I am planning on having available for the market. It's super funny because like 50% of it is the Larrys. So they're definitely going to be representing at this market. But I'm really excited because I feel like this is the most amount of inventory that I've had in a long time for a live. Just because I've been doing so much pattern writing lately and just a lot of crochet in general. So yeah, super excited. And then of course we also have the garland up there as well. So my goals for the rest of today, of course, are to finish my next pattern. That would be amazing. And then also I need to finalize the pattern doc for Larry the Land Turtle because he's going to be releasing tomorrow. And this one's going to take me especially long to do because there are 2 documents. One is just the mods for everybody who already has the original Larry pattern. And then the other one is like a fully combined doc with the original Larry pattern plus the 10 mods. So not only are there 2 different docs, but this is also like the longest pattern that I've ever written because this is the first 10-in-1 mod pack that I've ever done. So the one document is like 30, I think it's like 38 pages. So it's super, super long. So I know that's going to take me a while to do. So tonight I'm going to finalize the doc, set up the Etsy listings and things like that. And then of course upload it for my Patreon friends because Larry is one of the like free patterns included in the membership for the month of March. And then I also have a members only live tonight for YouTube. So we're going to be doing that as well. I guess I'll be market prepping during that because I'm not going to be writing the pattern during that. I cannot write a pattern and also do a live at the same time. It just takes too much brain power for me. So maybe we'll make something else for the live and maybe I'll be able to crochet something else tomorrow morning too. But honestly, if this is all that we have, then I'm super happy with it. So I'll have to think about what I want to crochet during the live tonight. Honestly, I might want to do some swinging animals, that pattern by All From Jade, because I've never had any of those at a live before. I've only ever made those for my marketplace booth. So it might be super fun to have some of those made for the first time as well. Okay, before I show you guys the finalized version of my next pattern, I wanted to share with you some of the last minute things that I did market prep. And yesterday was the market, so I can kind of share some of the results with you guys too. The market was absolutely amazing. So I'm super excited to share with you guys the plushies that are going home, and there are also 2 that did not go home. So we got a little bit of a drama situation on our hands. But the other night during one of the YouTube members only lives, I made these 2 little adorable fuzzy birds. So this one, of course, is the little fuzzy mallard. He is so small. I dubbed him Small Mallard. These patterns are by All From Jade, and they are the birds that are included in the swinging animal pattern. So I did also make this swinging mallard. So cute. I made all of these for my marketplace. I made 2 of each variation. There's like 8 different animal variations in the pack, and I made all of them and 2 of each one for my marketplace booth restock series that I did like a month ago at this point. But I've never had one available at one of my Palmstreet markets, so I wanted to have one made this time. And then while I was on the live, I thought it'd be so cute if I made a little tiny one in the Feels Like Bliss yarn. He's actually so small that I can't fit any weighted pellets inside, so he's like like 2 inches tall, 2 inches wide. And then I also had to make a little penguin to go with him. He is so cute. Oh my gosh. So let me share with you guys all of the items that sold. Here is everything minus the Larrys. I will show those to you guys in 1 second, but I'm so happy to say that we did do 2 giveaways. So shout out to Katia and Consuelo for winning the giveaways. Katia also loved the swinging mallard so much that I ended up making her another one as well. We also did find a home for the Highland cow burger. I was so excited. Shout out to Evelyn. Everybody loved the rainbow fuzzy weighted bee so much, you guys. I'm gonna have to make some more of those. Happy to report that Evil Froggy and Diabolical Froggy did both find homes. Diva Chick found a home, and oh my gosh, you guys, this fella also found a home. I love him so much. I definitely need to make another one because this was just like one of my most favorite things that I've made in a while. Don't tell the others. Everybody loved Rainbow Mushy Boy as well. The flower garland sold. Of course, our small little penguin, the swing, and then one of our sharks with the laser beams also found a home. And also, you guys, I am very, very happy to report that all 12 of the different Larry mods all found homes. I was so blown away. I'm really sad. It's kind of like a bittersweet moment to see them all be kind of like broken up and go off to different homes, but I'm also really excited. Number one, because they are all going to such special homes, and also some of them are going in like groups of 3, so that's really nice too. And the other reason is just because now at least I won't be beaten up by them anymore. If you saw my Instagram reel, then you know. The 2 plushies that did not find homes this week are the gray shark with the laser beam attached to his head, and then also my very last sleepy / suspicious owl. I'm a little bit scared. We got some evil plushie drama on our hands. Hopefully he doesn't get upset with me and decide to blast me with his laser. But I was contemplating I might put these guys on Etsy. It's been a while since I've put any physical plushies on Etsy, but maybe I should put them on there, or I don't know. Maybe I'll just wait until my next Palmstreet live and then have them there again as well. But yeah, one final look at all of the Larrys all together. Oh my gosh, I'm going to miss them so much. So for the rest of today, I'm going to be packing them all up, tagging everything, and just getting everything ready to take them to the post office tomorrow. But everybody say bye to the Larry army. Why does it look so bright today? Maybe that's just me. I don't know. All right, you guys, I told you that I would give you the final look at Cowboy Bronto, and I'm so excited to let you guys know that the design is officially done. So presenting for the very first time publicly, Cowboy Bronto! He is so cute, you guys. This pattern is so me-coded. I feel like this is like so something that I would design, but you guys, oh my gosh. Okay, so of course he has his lovely cowboy hat on the top of his head. He's also got his fun little bandana, and this edition was actually something that I did last night. Yes, that is a banana in a banana holster, and yes, again, the banana is removable. Guys, I'm freaking out. I love this pattern so much. So actually, at the time that I'm filming this, I'm going to be revealing this pattern to my Patreon members tonight during our Patreon live, and I cannot wait for them to see what this is. I gave them a hint today. I was like, okay, you guys are gonna go bananas when you see it. And I was like, no, it's not a monkey. I know no one's gonna get it because that's like very obscure. How would you go from banana to like Cowboy Bronto? I would be very impressed if somebody did that. I would also question if they had like psychic abilities or not. But the body of Cowboy Bronto is completely no-sew. So if you're looking for a Brontosaurus, just regular pattern that's no-sew, then this one is a built-in one. Of course, the holster just slides onto the body. The bandana ties on the back. And the hat is entirely up to you. So you could just set it on the top of the head if you wanted, or you could also sew it to the top of the head, whatever you prefer. So if you don't sew it to the top of the head, then the pattern is completely no-sew. But of course, if you want it sewn to the top, then you have to sew it to the top. These eyes are by Cozy Stitches, 25mm, adorably sparkly blue eyes. And yeah, you guys, I love this pattern so much. I'm so excited. Again, this pattern is going to be tested exclusively by my level 2 and 3 Patreon friends. So if you want in on this fun, and of course you'll also get the finalized version of the pattern, regardless of testing, be sure to check out my Patreon. But all right, you guys, that wraps it up for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and for coming along for our little market prep video. video. It also kind of turned into a little bit of a recap video and a little bit of a pattern finding video. As always, if you guys were crocheting while watching this video, let all of us know what you're making in the comments, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!